it needs to dry. Someone broke the gas cap on our Mazda loaner, and it's going out in about 2 hours or so, 3 hours. So we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta glue it, put that thing back on so that way it can leave. That way the customer's not driving around without a gas cap. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to Mile High Customs. Today we have this brand new Lamborghini Urus SE in the shop, and it's gonna be getting a full matte transformation. If you guys haven't heard of the new Lamborghini Urus SE, this is an all redesigned one, and I believe this is one of the first production ones in the nation that is actually going to a consumer. There's been a ton of them doing testing all around the United States. However, the customer did let us know that this is one of the first ones in the US, and man, oh man, it is looking really good. The Lamborghini SE, it features a whole bunch of redesigned things, such as the hood, the headlights, the front bumper. Pretty much the whole front end is much different than the previous generation. This one I feel like looks a lot more round and a lot more bubbly compared to the other one, which had a little bit more aggressive lines. I think it looks really good. It's definitely different than the previous one. If you guys follow me around to the rear end of the vehicle is also a little bit different, such as the rear diffuser. Some of the rear bumper looks similar with these little vents over here, but pretty much the whole entire thing got a little bit of a facelift. Not just the exterior, but the interior as well has a couple key differences. But the customer took delivery of this vehicle a couple days ago, and now it is in the shop to get full body Llumar Platinum matte paint protection film. So as you guys can see, the vehicle is currently gloss black. Here in just a little bit, it's going to be going matte. We're also going to be tinting the full vehicle, all the sides and the back glass in Llumar's Formula One Pinnacle 15% tint, as well as some red accents on the bottom of the doors. We're going to be doing the red accents on the rear diffuser and the front bumper as well. We are also going to be smoking out the front reflector right over here on the front fender flare just to tie it in a little bit more. The customer did go with some red accents, such as the brake calipers and the red seat belts on the inside. So he just wants to tie it in a little bit more with some red vinyl accents. One other key difference about the Lamborghini Urus SE is that it is a plug-in hybrid. So you can either drive it in regular gas mode, you can run it in the hybrid mode, or even just full electric. I believe it has 2 electric motors. So the electric motors are going to give it much more power on the low end, much more torque, and I believe it's 0 to 60 in about 3.2 seconds. So the Lamborghini SE is one of the first hybrid vehicles that Lamborghini is coming out with, as well as the Revelto, and some of the new generation Lamborghinis are also moving towards that hybrid motors. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the vehicle.
Lamborghini.
All right, Jerry here. So we just finished up laying this hood on the Urus. Fortunately, we didn't realize that it requires a 72-inch piece of film. So as you guys saw, we stretched out a 60-inch piece of film. Made it work, thankfully. So with the stretch that we had to give this hood, probably about 6 inches or so, give or take. How can you tell if it's a good stretch or not is if you take a look at the hood, you know, we don't have any stretch lines, work lines on the front end. Same thing on the back corners. But before we go ahead and trim up these back corners, there's a lot of tension back in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this settle before we 100% trim out this back corner. But for now, what we're gonna do is just trim up the front and then move on to the next panel.
So we got the Lamborghini Urus SE all complete in the Llumar matte paint protection film. We got the full body from bumper to bumper all covered, as well as some red accents on the front bumper, the sides, and the rear bumper as well. Me and the customer were kind of going a little bit back and forth on what he wanted to do with specifically the front bumper and the rear diffuser, kind of in terms of going all matte or leaving a little bit of gloss black contrast. I personally prefer the contrast with the gloss black, but the customer was like, I want it all matte black. And I was like, hey, at the end of the day, you know, it's your car. Either way, whatever you go with the gloss black accents or all matte, it'll still look really good. But he was a little bit conflicted, so he was like, you know what? Let me ask my son. My son will be the tiebreaker. So he went ahead and he asked his son, and his son honestly just told him to go with whatever I recommend. So we did end up leaving the gloss black accents, such as all the trim pieces. We did leave the bottom of the lower lip in the gloss black. And then once we go to the back, I'll show you guys on the rear diffuser, we left a little bit of that in the clear paint protection film. And then we did also do the pinstriping right over here on the top. He wanted that middle section wrapped in red. And then we did also do the pinstripes on those lower fins. You could actually spec the way this looks right now from Lamborghini, but for whatever reason, the customer ended up just going with it all black. If I had to guess, Lamborghini doing that probably would have charged anywhere from 5 to 10 grand. We didn't even charge a fraction of that cost. So come over here to the sides. You could also see that little strip. Same thing, you can get that from the factory, but we did that in vinyl. We did also leave the door handles in gloss black, the bottom of the mirrors in gloss black, as well as the rear diffuser. So the door handles kind of tie in with the window trim. Typically, whenever we're doing full body paint protection film, we don't wrap the window trim or don't put PPF on it. So just to kind of tie it all in with the front bumper, the sides, the window trim, the base of the mirror, and the rear diffuser, we left all of that in the gloss paint protection film. We did also smoke out these front reflectors right over here. These originally are orange. We did the dark smoke on there, and then on the back, he didn't want to smoke out the red reflectors just because it ties in with the calipers and all the other red accents. But if you guys take a look at this, we got the red pinstriping right over here on the body lines, right over here on the fins, and then this piece is still protected, but it's in the clear paint protection film. So I think that looks really good. It gives it that contrast between matte and gloss, which whenever we're doing matte paint protection film, I think looks perfect. And then last but not least, we did also tint the full vehicle in Llumar's Pinnacle 15% on all these sides in the back glass. I did recommend for the customer to do two things that I think would have transformed the look of the car, and one other thing that's really just a benefit for the passengers as well as the interior. The first one is to tint the front windshield, either in the clear ceramic film or with a 50% shade. Currently, there's nothing on there. The front windshield, I say this probably in every single video, the front windshield is the largest window on the vehicle. Tinting that makes such a big difference in just the overall heat. Personally, I'm pulling in customer cars in that we're about to tint them, and the car's probably been sitting outside for about 30 minutes. We're going into summertime right now, and the cars are absolutely cooked on the inside of it, and I'm sweating within that 10-15 seconds that I'm pulling the car in from outside to inside. So, you know, definitely get your windows tinted. We offer clear ceramic film. If you don't like the shade, that'll still give you the benefits of the heat rejection and the UV protection. And then the second thing that I recommended to the customer was to powder coat the wheels all gloss black. He said he likes the contrast of the silver and the black. However, there's really nothing else on the vehicle that is silver. So I think it kind of sticks out. I like all black wheels. I do like a little bit of silver, but only when there's like some chrome trim on it or something else to tie it in, or maybe if the car is silver or if it's a gray, things like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's a customer's car. It's not mine. Whatever the customer wants to do, we will do that, and we will make their vision become a reality. But that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the transformation on the Lamborghini Urus SE. If you guys live in the Denver metro area, make sure to send us a DM or give us a call if you guys are looking at getting your vehicle protected, tinted, ceramic coating, vinyl wrapped, or anything else, and we can give you guys a free quote and we'll get you guys taken care of. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button at the bottom, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.